Hey, what up, fam? How you doing tonight, man?
What's happening?
Man, doing great, man. I appreciate you taking time to do this interview with Stop Beef from Radio.
For sure, for sure. I've been waiting on this, man.
Yeah. And to get started, can you tell the fans and listeners who you are and where you're from?
I go by the name of Mr. Ward 317
Yeah.
here in Indianapolis, Indiana, aka Naptown, baby. You already know what time it is.
Yes, sir. Now, do you think coming from Indianapolis is making it harder for you or easier for you to get into the music industry?
Man, honestly, man, it's everything with the internet being the internet, man,
Yeah.
it's wide open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it's hard. It's based on individual. You know what I mean? How hard you working and what are you doing to put yourself in position to
Yeah.
be, know what I mean, out there like that, know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Now you're doing a lot of amazing things right now. We're going to highlight that later tonight, but we'll get into a little bit of, how you got started. What made you want to be in the music industry in the first place and pursue this as your career?
Man, I've been doing music a long time, man. I'm an
Yeah.
OG. I ain't gonna say how
Yeah.
old I am, but I've been doing music a long time, man. It's just I've been influenced, man.
Yeah.
I done stopped before, and I just see what Naptown doing right now, and I'm like, man, they having a ball. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I start creating again. Know what I mean? I start rubbing elbows with the right people. Shout out to my man's DJ Manny Faces over
Yeah.
there. Know what I mean? Shout out to St. James. I've been knowing St. James a long time.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to my guy Trees, man. Know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's who I started with. Know what I mean? Big Trees.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna definitely go into that, but let's do that. I seen you had a show with Boosie, you know what I mean, and Trees introduced you and really bigged you up, man. So people may not be familiar because Stop Beef from Radio now we're all over the world with this. Can you give us a little bit of insight about Trees? Like I know he did a lot for a lot of artists, but from your viewpoint, what's some of the things he actually did to help you?
Man, Trees was like I'm gonna say he was damn near like my manager, man. Trees used to plug me with shows, know
Yeah,
what I mean? I done been to Third Coast Music Conference with Trees, know what I mean, all down in Texas. Uh man, we brought Ludacris here.
yeah.
That was my first show at Club Mecca,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
that's
when Trees was
okay.
when we first started, know what I mean, back in the day.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, Trees was he was my hype man sometimes. He'd hop on the
Yeah,
stage with me. Know what I mean? Introductions was always epic. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Trees had a lot of love for me, and it was you know what I mean, the same thing. So it's yeah, I miss my dog, man, straight up. But
Now
yeah,
when you
that Trees was like my manager, man.
That's dope. Salute to the trees, man. When you decided to come back into the music industry, how long of a break did you take, and what was the response your people gave you when you first came back?
Uh, it was a while, man, because I actually I went and did some time. I had to lay
Yeah,
down a little bit. Know what I mean
yeah,
on that. Um, the response, people was glad. Know what I mean?
yeah,
They was glad to see
yeah.
me back doing my thing, but I had to find myself again. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the music, because music has
Yeah,
changed.
fact.
But I try to keep it original. Know what I mean? And stay true to myself at the same time. Know what I mean? So yeah, the people I always got a good response with the music. It was just it's I'm picky, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
man, I need a better sound. I'm always looking to get better and make better music, you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to all the people who rocking with Mr. Ward.
Yeah. Now, who were some of your early mentors, either people in our city or people you looked up to, on the internet or outside of the city?
Uh Dollar Bill, he
Yeah,
from Straight Player
yeah,
Production, you know what I mean?
yeah.
We had signed a contract with him when I first started doing music. Straight Player Productions. I was in a group called Misery
Okay.
back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Me and
yeah,
AD.
yeah,
Then I moved on to did the TOS thing. You know what I mean? We did independent. We broke off from Straight Player Production and started TOS Records. So
yeah,
we was doing that for a while, and then after that, man, I kind of took a break and here I am again. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Rebranded myself as Mr. Ward 317. People be asking me why you change your name, why you do this. I'm like, man, it's because I went by the name Foot Soldier back in
Yeah.
the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna say that. Yep.
And so yeah, I changed my name to Mr. Ward 317 because I'm rebranding myself, and it's like I'm an adult now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a
Yep.
grown man now, and like I tell everybody, man, they be introducing me on stage and all that stuff. Man, put the 317 behind my name, man.
Yeah.
I said I'm about to change my name to Mr. Ward. Put the 317 behind my name. You know what I mean? Because they be forgetting it. But that's what I
Yeah.
represent, and that's what I'm all about.
Yeah. Now, speaking of representing Indianapolis, you just were a part of this major festival we have in our city, Rich Fest. Shout out to Illy and them.
Yeah.
How did it feel? I know this is your second time you've been there. So, what was the experience like for you? You know, from what it was last year to what it was this year. How is the experience for you?
I definitely see the growth. Shout out to Illy, Rich
Yeah.
Harvest. I love them, man. They pull up on me with my video shoots, know what I mean, everything.
Yeah.
They definitely, I like how they move. Uh, yeah, last year was dope, man. I end up not performing, but I was
Okay.
there to support. I was on the
That's
list to
dope.
perform, but I'm like, with the way the shit was going, know what I mean, and it was the first one, so I could understand that you had to work some kinks out, know what
Yeah.
I mean.
Yep.
But it was an overall dope show, and I was there to uh, put on for my people and, represent them and support them.
Yeah.
This year was a little different for me. It was dope. You know what I mean? I got up there, I did my thing. The sound was awesome. It was
Yeah.
a great show. Shout out to all the artists who was there. It was dope, man. And I look forward to doing the one for 2025. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I'm pulling up.
Yeah. And like you said, since you've been at it so long, how does it feel to see where Indianapolis is now as an OG in the music industry? I'm sure, it wasn't always as easy as it is right now, but how do you feel looking at the scene and all the opportunities that are here? You got Treese, you got Rich Fest, you got Art in the Park. Like we've had a lot of major
Yeah,
festivals recently. How does it feel looking at it from your viewpoint?
man. I used to hear a lot of people talk about it's no market here
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all of that crap, man. Man, the city is we underrated.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talent here, man, and now the opportunity is, to me, like the door is wide open.
Yeah.
All eyes is on Indiana. You know what I mean? On Naptown, because we've created that. It's a lot of hardworking artists here
Yeah.
who's learning the business and they learning how to promote. The sound is definitely grown
Yeah.
with the producers and the engineers and everything. Yeah, man, we have that market here now, so we just got to keep going. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Keep going and supporting each other.
Yeah. I see you work with Merk. How did you guys meet, and what's the studio session like between the two of you?
Oh man, shout out to Merk. That's my guy, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Juke Squad Monopoly, man. They really, I found my sound over there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I met Merk. I was listening. Shout out to Tony Cleveland too. Tony
Yep.
Cleveland and Jovi Black.
Yep.
And I mentioned them because I heard their music. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I've been knowing Jovi for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony, I
He's a
just got
legend.
familiar with his music. You know what I mean? When I came home,
Okay.
but I love the sound. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
man, who is making these beats and who is recording? Who
Yeah.
are the engineers behind this? So I reached out one day and end up going over there meeting Merk, and we've been locked in ever since. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing songs together and everything. He's dope. You know what I mean? Germs, they brothers, so yeah, it's dope to go over there and get two different sounds. I'll be bouncing from booth to booth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I work with both
Yeah.
of them, so I'm just in one booth to the next one, and it's dope, man. I really enjoy working with those guys.
Yep. Now you mentioned Tony Cleveland. That's my fam. Salute to him. You did a song, "I Still Won," amazing song with him. How did you get him on the track with you? And what was that experience for you?
Oh man, I tell people all the time, man. Shout out to D3 too,
Yeah.
because I got the track from
D3.
D3. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Actually, man, that song, when I came up with it, I had Jimmy Mack in mind, right? I've been knowing
Yeah.
Jimmy Mack a long time. Shout out to Mac.
Yes, loud
I've been
man.
knowing him a long time, and I was like, man, I sent him the track, and he was like, bro, I don't smoke no weed. I'm like, man, the song ain't
Yeah.
about smoking weed, man.
Yeah.
You still won. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
We'll come up with something else a little later on. I got you, because we definitely gotta work.
Yeah.
So Tony ended up hearing the song at the studio, you know what I mean? Because we always bumped into
Mm-hmm.
each other at the studio. Tony was like, "Man, what you doing with that?" I'm like, "You the perfect fit
Yeah.
for it, bro. So
Yes. Yeah.
go ahead and do your thing on there, man. Shoot it to me, you know what I mean? And we gonna roll from there." And when he got done with it, bro, I was like, "Man, that was the right person
Yep.
to put on there." You know what I mean? It's just amazing how that worked out, because I was thinking Jimmy, but Tony really was the guy to
Yeah.
put on that song.
Yeah. I agree.
Yep.
And it's a great combination between the two of your styles, you know what I mean? With that. Now, you mentioned Born to Win in the song, so I gotta salute you on that. You talked to Ace yet? You know, Born to Win clothing out here and stuff?
I need to. I
Okay.
definitely want to network with him, because
Yeah.
I love what he doing too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ace. I've never met him before, but I
Okay.
love what he doing with that clothing line, and Born to Win. When I shot the video, I was like, man, maybe I should go get some gear from him and
Okay.
actually put
Yeah.
this in the video. But we was at the time, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I had to get it done, but I definitely look forward to meeting and linking
Yeah.
up with him, because that Born to Win is dope,
Yeah.
man. I like
Yeah.
his whole movement and what he got going on with that. So that kind of gave me an idea too with the song. I feel like I was born to win, you know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
And even if I lose, I still won.
Yeah. Fact.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
he's fam as well, so I'll make sure to let him know we spoke about him tonight and connect you with him, because you know that's a great combination between you being West Side, he's East Side, and all the stuff you guys are both doing for the community. So I think that's all. You mentioned my family DJ Manny Faces. Salute to him. He's the reason we're on this live right now. How did
Bro.
you guys meet, and what made you guys start working the way you do? Because you guys are a dope combination together.
Yeah, man. Free my guy Nike Boots.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nike Boots, man. I actually met DJ Manny Faces through Nike.
Okay.
Me and Nike got a song called Welp.
Yeah,
You
I
know
was
what I mean?
gonna say, well,
Uh,
yeah.
but and we was about to shoot a video and everything to it, but unfortunately, you know, my guy had to go sit down for a minute. But I actually met Manny Faces through Nike. Uh, After Nike got locked up, and even when he was out here, me and Manny still, you know, we started talking about working with each other,
Yep.
because you know, after I met him, I'm like, damn, he's a really cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This, you
Yeah.
know,
Real.
it's rare to meet people and you feel like they're family. You know what I mean? When I met him, I felt like I've been knowing this dude forever. You know what I mean? And we never even talked or nothing. But
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I pulled up on him, it was all love. You know what I mean? So shout out to Manny. We still working. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah.
Yeah, really dope. With shout out my strong side family. We had Nike come on the call from his situation. He got to talk to his kids, and DJ Manny Faces always speaks so highly of you, man. So I wanted to highlight that so much that he put you as the lead single for his new album. Like, how's it feel from your point of view to be on this, you know, new album he's about to drop all across the whole world with, you know, Maverick Global Distribution now? But he picked you to be the first single. How does that make you feel?
Man, I'm honored,
Yeah.
man, because
Yeah.
Calvin don't get chances like that. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
honored. You know what I mean? He sent me that G code. Shout out
Yeah.
to everybody who was a part of that, man. I actually directed the video myself, but when he sent me that beat, I didn't know what I was gonna do with it, man. I was like, man, this is different, but it's
Yeah.
dope. But I need to put some old, you know what I mean? I need to put some more some gangster stuff
Yeah.
back in the atmosphere. So I'm like, how could I do that without, you know, portraying? I just wanted to and if you ever seen the video,
Yep.
you see where I'm going with it, because I'm not the guy to be having, you know, promote violence or even waving guns and all
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
stuff in the video. I'm just not that type of cat, you know what I mean? But I felt like, man, coming from where I come from, I need to put some gangster shit in the atmosphere. Let me go on and
Yeah.
do this one time and see how it feels, see how people look at it, how they feel
Yeah.
about it. And man, with the response to it, it's like, man, I need to do more. I need to get back on this right here. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's ways of doing it and being versatile and not putting yourself in just in that box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
don't ever want to be put in a box because I'm not just a rapper. I'm an artist. You know what
Okay.
I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
shout out to DJ Punch. I think he's the first call you did, Mixaholic Mondays. When you first get with Punch to do this call, did you know what the Zoom calls were? Were you familiar with this online digital marketing thing we're doing, or was that your first time on a
That
call?
was my first time on the call. Shout
Yeah,
out to Punch too, because Punch always pull up to the studio
yeah,
too. You know what I mean? And holler at your boy when I'm there. You
yeah,
know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to Punch, and that was dope. The first time, it was a dope experience. He played my music on there, and I got good response from people I didn't even know. You know what I
yeah,
mean? People that didn't even know that I didn't know that knew me. You know what I mean? I've made a lot of new fans, and shout
yeah.
out to everybody who, you know what I mean, like I said, rocking with me.
Yeah. That's really dope that you did that because you're an artist from our city in Indianapolis, but you took advantage of the whole opportunity. And, that's why we do this. Stop Beef from Radio, Strong Side Radio. We want to get you outside of Indianapolis. You got to have
Right,
fans outside the market to really
right.
grow. So you go from Mixaholic Mondays, then you go to Strong Side Radio, and then you go to ECMD Call. And ECMD Call is one of the originators of the conference call game with legends and stuff like that. So from
Sure.
your viewpoint, what is stuff that you and your team were able to do with those calls to help propel, the motion you have? Like, did that give you guys any kind of help or anything like that?
Yeah, once again, playing those songs and
Yeah,
getting different feedback. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
everybody, because I got an album out right now called Calvin.
yep,
And
facts.
it's 11 tracks on there, you know what I mean? And everybody has their favorite. You know what I
Okay,
mean? I got a
yeah,
lot of good feedback. They played Peanuts. And that's with the Charlie Brown thing, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And I got the response I got from that up in New York was crazy. I'm
yeah,
like, man, I didn't even think that y'all mess with, because I know New York is so hard to, you know what I mean?
yeah. It's impressive. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I didn't even think that y'all even mess with our style of
yeah,
music, but
yeah,
they really rocked out with their Peanuts and
yeah,
G Code. They love that too. So
yeah.
yeah, shout out to them.
Shout out to B Swift. And then you went to the Fleet DJ conference call. So you're constantly building more fans. And what I love is when I get the feedback, like I came familiar with you from Amazon, Amazing, your song you were
Oh
promoting
yeah,
with Strong Side.
yeah, yeah.
But every DJ who's heard that song loves it, man. So what are you doing to keep building these relationships with the DJs? Are you and your team sending drops? Are you guys sending custom songs? Like, how are you guys keeping these relationships going now that you've been introduced this way?
Man, just staying in
Yeah,
contact. We stand in contact. We
yeah,
support each other and keep pushing material. Know what I mean? I send out DJ packages to DJs. Know what I mean? And just just keep showing love, man.
yeah.
That's it. Consistency is the key.
Now, you said you dropped your album earlier this year, Calvin. I understand it has homage to Paid in Full. So, what made you call your album Calvin, and what was the response? What's been the response you've gotten so far from your fans?
Well, first of all, Calvin is my real name.
Ah,
That's my government name. Know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
I put the Paid in Full Calvin on there to kind of grab people's attention. I got a lot of questions about the cover. Know what I mean?
yeah,
But when you ask, where do you know Calvin from?
yeah,
Hell, the block. You know what I mean? Calvin was
yeah,
on the block, and that's where I come from. I come from the streets. I come from the block.
yep,
So if you know me, then if you know, you know. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those type of things that, okay, one of the characters that I could kind of relate to that had
yeah,
my name. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
So,
So yeah, I thought it was dope. So I'm like, yeah, let's roll with that and see what type of response we get.
yeah, I love it. I remember when I first saw the cover for it, it grabbed your attention immediately because like Calvin, and then the silhouette kind of resembles it. Like, oh, okay, like that's a dope concept to do that. Now, you mentioned Jimmy Mack earlier. You did a song recently with him. I think the hook is Love and Happiness. I didn't see the
Yeah.
real name of it, but how does it feel to release a song with Jimmy? I know he's a legend out here. He's a family for me, but I mean, for you, you said you know him a long time. So
Yeah.
how's it feel to drop new music with him?
Shout out to Jimmy Mack, man. The song is called Happy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And when I came up with that, because Jimmy Mack got an old soul, you know what I mean?
yeah, Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
and I say this every time, like when I talk to him, Jimmy Mack was the first like one that we went up against in a competition. We used to have the Raparomas back in the day
Yeah.
at Addicts High School. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Raparama, and Jimmy beat us out. You know what I mean? And I would not let that die. I'm like, man, bro, I remember the song and everything you beat us with. You know what I mean? So, and we laugh and joke about it all the time because that's history with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, I came up with that song Happy, and this was right after I did I Still Won with Tony. So I called Jimmy. I'm like, man, I got one for us. You know what I mean? So I shot up the Juke Squad. I'm like, man, Merk, let's do this Love and Happiness beat.
Yeah.
Let's mix this because I feel I feel like Jimmy, you know what I mean? We want to do something soulful, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we came up with it, I'm like, man, Jimmy pulled up and I'm sitting in the booth. I'm sitting in the booth coming up with it, you know what I mean? I'm like, so I got my little part together. I went on and recorded, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy hopped on there, he listened, and then he hopped on there and man, he just bled on the track with me and it all came together, man. I was like, this is
Yeah.
amazing how you were meant for this song and Tony was meant for that other song, which I thought I wanted to put you on. Know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it was amazing, man. It was dope.
Now, like I said, you've been around for a long time. You got any advice for a newer artist or somebody in our city who's trying to get into the music industry and what they should be doing?
Man, keep grinding, and support. I'm gonna show some love,
Yeah.
man. I mean, it's
Yeah.
so they show love back, man. It's all we all in the same game. We trying to do the same things with the music. We all have similar goals. Some do, some don't, but we have similar goals when it comes to this music.
Yeah.
Keep putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? Dropping content. And
Yep.
I'm speaking to myself too because I got to do better with my content. I feel like I could go harder with the content. Like I'm about to shoot a couple more
Yeah.
videos. I'm just trying to decide which songs I want to shoot to because I got so much going on, even working on a new project. So I'm
Dope.
like, man, and it's getting better and better. You know what I mean? I'm just like, because Calvin was like, I feel like I recorded an album before Calvin called Chitty Bang,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it was some dope songs on there, but I still felt like I was looking for my sound.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
feel like with Calvin and everybody tells me like comparing those albums, they're like, man, you really found yourself on Calvin because the flow of the album, the sound, the type of songs that you have on there, the versatility is there. So
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
trying
that's dope.
to I'm trying to go. I'm trying to not
So it
top
sounds
that
like
album.
if that's the case, you got to do Calvin Part Two. You got to take the Jay-Z philosophy and drop a trilogy on them. So do
And I
Calvin too.
thought about that too. You know what I mean? I thought about it, and because these songs that I'm coming up with now for the new project is like I don't have a name for it yet,
Yeah.
but I'm like 5 songs in, and I'm just recording and picking songs. You know what I mean? But
Can we
work with a
announce
more
any of the features or producers you're working with on the new project?
once again, Many Faces. We got we locked in, so
Yeah.
we definitely got something up our sleeve with that. I'm locked back in with Merck and Germs. I'm still I'm gonna hit D3 back up
Yeah.
because these guys gave me some dope tracks.
Yeah.
And also it's other producers that I want to work with too. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
we networking. I'm rubbing elbows. Pack over at Rich Harvest.
Yeah.
I love the sound over there and what they're doing. So we definitely locked in. Me and Illy about to do something. So
Okay.
yeah, man,
That's fine.
we working.
Do
We
you have
working.
do you have any dates we can circle on the calendar for you? Either singles, videos, anything like that in the coming up?
Man, I'm so spontaneous,
Okay.
man. It's just like
Yeah.
I really don't have a date or nothing. It's just like I work, and then when I feel like I'm close, then I
Yeah.
start setting those dates. You know what I mean? But I definitely keep the public posted about it and keep going.
Yeah. Now I know you do a lot of stuff to give back to the community. Can you highlight some of the stuff you and your team are doing to give back to where you're from?
Man, I actually have like a clothing line called Dirty Birdie World. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I've been pushing Dirty Birdie, you know what I mean? With some of the clothes and stuff that I have that left over, I give stuff away, you know what I mean? I give away a lot of clothes, you know what I mean, to help people, shoes and stuff like that.
So
I mean, and this is awesome gear that I just get tired of, you know what I mean? But I don't believe in throwing nothing away, so it's always, you could always bless
yeah.
somebody with that stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Now,
Yes.
outside of music, what do you like to do for fun? Like, if you got some downtime to yourself, what are you doing to enjoy yourself?
I like to fish. I
Okay,
ain't gonna
yeah, I
lie,
seen
I'm a
your pictures
fisher.
on that. Okay,
Yeah, I like to be out on that water, man, and I just get a peace of mind from it, know what I mean? Traveling, I like to travel, know what I mean? That's pretty much it. Spending time with my family, man. That's it. Family's everything.
yeah. And then last
Yeah.
thing, what do you want to say to your fans and supporters? Who've been rocking with you all these years?
Hey man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to death. Keep rocking with me. I'm gonna keep dropping heat. And let's go, man. Let's go. Support each other. Show turn the city up because it's
Yeah.
our time.
And
It's our time.
get that DJ Manny Faces album when it drops.
For
G
sure.
Code is the featured singer. Mr. Ward is on it. Man, I love the Still One song, man. So what are you doing with that song? Like, I know it's a little old, but what are you and Tony really doing with it? Have you guys stopped pushing it? Like, I want to be serious with you, man. That song's a hit. So if you guys stop pushing it, let's push. Let me get a hold of it for you, and we can push that button again
For
because
sure.
that has an amazing message behind
For
it.
sure. And I agree. And I need to push it a little more.
Yeah.
So any help I could get pushing it, I'm with it. Know what I mean? Because Tony's a dope dude, man. I like
Yeah.
Tony, man.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? And he
Oh yeah,
definitely
as soon as Tony see you got Money Matt Stop Beefing Radio pushing it, he gonna be like, Hood. Like I said, that's family, man.
yeah,
So
yeah,
let's
that's my
do it,
guy.
man. God
I
God
just
put it.
left the studio and he was up there. We talked, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's definitely a good look,
Yeah.
man. I love the song too. And yeah, the message behind it, even if I lose, I still
Yeah.
won. Keep going. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's push that some more. Yeah, for
I got
sure.
you, man. I'm gonna hit you after this to send you my information. Send me the artwork, the video. We're gonna turn up with this interview. You said you're looking for content. You're gonna see. We're gonna put this everywhere. You're gonna be on Spotify, iTunes. All this dope stuff, man. So I appreciate your time tonight, and I hope you have a great night, fam.
I appreciate you too, man, for being a part, for letting me be a part of it, man, for sure.
Yes,
Salute.
sir. Salute.
All right.